Welcome to the Don't Let That Go Over Your Head podcast, starring Q the Boss.
Yo, 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 yo! Welcome back to another episode of Don't Let That Go Over Your Head podcast. They call me Q the Boss. Today we got a special episode. Today we are talking about who is more visual, men or women? Who is more visual, men or women? The reason why we're talking about this topic because I get a lot of people that always ask me, who do you think is more visual? Tap that screen, men or women. So today we're going to talk about it, and we're going to definitely give our belief on what we think. A lot of my people on my live today, I'm engaged with you guys. I want you guys to tell me what you think. Who's more visual, men and women? I'm asking this question. Today's a very, very prominent question. Why I ask this question is because women say it's men think it's women. Some men think it's men, some women think it's women, right? So we're asking this question. Who is more visual? Let me get right into this. Men prefer a woman who can stay calm and relaxed, right? Beauty is more than makeup and a fancy haircut, right? Men find women more attractive when they are neat and clean, right? Men find women who smell nice, right? Who have clean, natural hair and hydrated skin more attractive than a face perfectly covered in makeup. Men also like natural fit bodies. And this is the truth. So for all my men that's on my live right now, if you agree, give me a round of applause. Tap that screen, tap that screen. Let's get into the details of what I just said. I'm gonna break that down. Men prefer women who stay calm and relaxed. There's a reason why men are more attracted to relaxed, calm women. Because in most cases, a man is normally not attracted to aggression. Every time I meet a woman, right, she always says stuff like, I'm gonna find me an alpha man. Ladies, in most cases, alpha men are not attracted to alpha females. When I say alpha, I mean someone that's fighting for the role of being the leader. A leader will never look for a leader to be led. A leader will look for someone who compliments them as a leader. It's not my opinion, it's just reality. Most men are more attracted to women who can be led than not led. Definitely an alpha man will be way more attracted to a woman he can lead than a woman that he's forcing to allow him to lead. It's not my opinion, this is just scientifically proven facts. Men prefer women who stay calm and relaxed, meaning in anger, how do you behave when you're upset? Justification of being angry is not, I'm gonna be upset and then I'm gonna complain about me being upset. So justifying my anger by saying, because I'm upset, you have to be tolerable, men, because of the fact that I'm upset. That is not humanly possibly gonna be accepted. We're in 2024, guys. There is no more excuse on how you behave when you're upset. You're grown as hell. At this point, right, you either A, have self-control, or B, you lack self-control, and C, if you lack self-control or you have no self-control, you're more than likely gonna end up alone. And that goes for a man and a woman. A man can't justify putting his hands on a woman when he's upset. So a woman can't justify being verbally abusive when she's upset. We're past that stage now. We're in 2024, guys, right? Women tend to be more attracted to men who are naturally taller, right? Right? I say naturally because nowadays a lot of people are doing things to cheat their height, right? So let me say that again. Women are naturally attracted to men who are taller, right, than them, who display a strong hairline, look at that, crispy hairline, right? Clear skin, straight posture, masculine, upper body strength, broad shoulders, a relative narrow waist, right? Good attire, a V-shaped torso, and confident with his body language and the way he speaks. So let's have a logic. Ladies, if you agree with that statement, let me get a round of applause. Someone said a woman who can't shut up can't be led. What do you think about that? Someone said a woman who can't shut up can't be led. Ladies and gentlemen, let me get into this logic. When you say shut up, if it's a means or a need for her to speak, let's not say shut up, I think it's rude, but let's just say a woman that can't control her mouth when it's not needed. A man that can't shut his mouth when it's not needed. I think there are times where, ladies, a man needs you to be his shoulder that he can cry on, opposed to being the mouth to hear you whine to him. Sometimes we don't need that. So we have to know when it's a time and a place for everything. Some people go to their mates at the wrong time to push buttons. Sometimes that woman or that man may need just space. We're humans, so naturally, humans need space at times too to be alone. And it's every bit of healthy to be alone at times. Some people make it abnormal to be alone. Because I've noticed that if you date someone who tends to not have a lot of friends, right? Watch this narrative, guys. If you date someone who don't have a lot of friends, guys, would you agree with this statement? You date someone who don't have a lot of friends, they tend to get mad when you want to go out and hang out with your friends because they don't have friends, because they're loners. Sometimes dating a loner is not healthy because a loner tries to spend all their time with you, and sometimes you want to separate yourself sometimes you could miss them. But if you don't give yourself time to miss that person, you tend to fight more because you've seen each other way too much. We're around each other way too much. I don't have time to think about how my day went when you were a part of my whole day. A lot of conversations start when you come home, right? Hey, how did your day go? And I'm looking at you like you was there the whole damn day. Why are you asking me that question? So sometimes it's like learning how to be a part of a person's life. How do you learn how to be a part of a person's life? Is by A, simply looking for where they're weak at and being the strength for where they're weak at. I think that is the greatest person to date. When someone can find where you're flawed and add value, right? That's the healthiest relationship. So I'm asking this question: who's more visual, men or women? Right? Are men more visual? Are women more visual? Right? So we're gonna ask this question: what women like in men? This is the question we're asking. For my ladies on my live right now, what do women like in men? I'm gonna give you my list, but first I'm gonna go off with y'all list, what y'all say. What do women like in men? Right? In a lot of cases, I'm gonna be honest. It's sad in 2024, economics have become the driving force to how good a man is. Just because a man makes money, ladies, don't mean mentally he's sane. Just because a man makes money and he could provide, don't mean that he's a good father. Just because a man makes money, don't mean that he's a good husband. Just because a man makes money, don't mean that he's a good mate. Sometimes we overvalue the money to the fact is we can't see beyond economics. A lot of times we overvalue money. She or he makes money. Because I always say this, what looks good on paper may not be good when you start dating. When you start dating a man or a woman, just because you both make money, don't necessarily mean it has to complement each other. The best compliment for a person can be with is someone who does the opposite of what I'm not good at. That is the perfect gesture and the perfect compliment. If I can cook the main course meal, which is, let's say, it's chicken or it's duck or it's beef or chick, whatever you want to call it, right? If your mate is better at making appetizers than you, I think wholeheartedly she compliments you as a cook. But I ask this question: what do women like in men? One, women love, and I will say this: women love confidence. Women are very, very attracted to confidence. For those who are on my live right now, my man, if you liking what I'm saying right now, my ladies, if I'm telling the truth, tap the screen, tap the screen, tap the screen. Women love confident men. You could be an ugly guy, but stand out so much with confidence. Let me say that again. Women are very attracted to confident men. You could be very ugly, but be very confident, and that's very attractive to women. I'm not talking about confident in the sense of arrogant. I'm talking about confidence in the sense of knowing who you are, knowing your self-worth, carrying yourself with discipline, militant, very, 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 carry yourself as a high-value man. Women are very attracted to confident men. I say that again. Women are very attracted to confident men, right? Another thing a woman is, and I hate to say this, and I'm not even hate to say this, I'm gonna tell the truth. There are men who are not that attractive, right? But one thing they learn is your sense of humor could attract a woman. Women are very attracted to men that have good senses of humor. A good sense of humor is very attractive to a woman. Good sense of humor. If you know how to make a woman laugh, you'll know how to win her heart. Let me say this again. A woman loves a man who has a good sense of humor. Making a woman laugh. Women are very attracted to that, right? Another one is emotionally stable. Women don't like when men fly off the reservation. Women don't like that. That's not attractive. Women don't like men who fly off the reservation. When they're upset, they cannot control their emotions. Women are not attracted to that. And anyone who thinks otherwise clearly don't mess with women. When you're angry, man, you have to be able to control yourself too. Yes, she'll get in her feelings and tend to pick and pick and pick and pick, but you have to learn how to control yourself. I will admit, there are a lot of women that tend to keep picking until they get the response they want from a man. Because I hate to say this, man, you have to realize a woman's mouth is a gun. But the gun has no ammunition if you don't give it ammunition so she cannot shoot. So I always tell men, let me say that one more time, a woman's mouth is a gun. And if you give it ammunition, it will shoot. So when a woman is saying things about you, it's because of the fact that you've given her mouth ammunition. There are some women who lie and we try to belittle you because of the fact that they're trying to prove a point. And that's a weak woman. If she's trying to belittle you as a man, but she knows the fact that you are a good man, she's just a weak woman. That's a weak woman. We're just going to call it what it is, especially when you know this man works hard every day to be considerably called a man. And for my ladies who don't do that, let me give you a round of applause. But I have to say this, being logical. Women like good sense of humor. Women like men that are emotionally stable. Don't get mad and fly off the reservation and be like, I was mad, baby. Then later on, I love you, boo-boo. That's called crazy as hell. That's two Looney Tunes in a room. You curse her out, she curse you out, and afterwards you act like it never happened. That is crazy as hell. Damn. Now, there's another statement that a lot of men need to realize, that a lot of women genuinely want this, is being emotionally available, right? Why I say that is because a woman can't read our mind just like we can't read their mind. Let's just talking logical. Emotionally available, meaning she has to know what's going on with you so she can understand how to read you. We're talking about women nowadays, ladies. We're talking about men. We're not talking about boys and girls. We're talking about men and women, adults, not people based on age. We're talking about based on maturity. We're talking about maturity. You have to be emotionally available. Yes, your mommy hurt you, but it's unfair to her that she still has to suffer because your mommy hurt you. Damn. You 45 years old. There's no reason to still be having daddy issues, ladies. Damn. So we have to be logical, emotionally available. When you're in a relationship, you have to be emotionally available. You have to be available with your emotions. You have to be intact. You have to be in tune with what's going on with you. Because again, if you're not telling your woman nothing, you can't expect her to understand you. What that man said? I could read your mind, baby. I know what you, that's hypothetical as hell. Ain't no person reading your mind and no person gonna know what you're thinking. That sounds crazy as hell. We just gonna call it what it is. We cannot read each other's minds. And now I'm gonna go on record and say this. Some man is gonna get upset, but a woman needs a man that has good finances. A man that has good finances, and why is this? Because finances to a woman, it brings security. If a woman is saying to you, I do not care about money, ultimately, A, she sees her as the masculine in the relationship. Any woman who visually sees herself as a feminine energy, they naturally need the masculine energy to bring home the bacon. So therefore, she can feel secure, protected, and know for a fact that she's in a stable situation. Any woman that don't talk like that, she's lying. Or she has someone who's accommodating her economics, someone like welfare, someone like social services, someone like mommy, daddy, someone like a side dude. Because reality is if a woman is not economically feeling, I don't need a man's money, then therefore she is every bit of a child. She hasn't reached the maturation process, or she's in control. Every woman needs to know that her man brings home the bacon. It's just what it is. That's the security of a woman. So if a woman is saying, I don't need a man's money, she capping. A woman is very attracted to a man that's good with his hands. And I'm not talking about fighting only, right? Because that is a part of protection. It's sad when your woman feel like she can fight better than you. I'm being honest. But a woman needs to know that a man can be handy with his hands. Women are attracted to handy men. Because why? Because that's what she sees as a man. We can't unidentify what a woman sees as a man and try not to meet the standards and then try to make her lower her standards by calling her bougie, she's OD, picky, selective. Everyone should have standards that are within reason of logic. A woman needs economics in order to feel secure. A woman needs to know that a man will protect her in order to feel secure. A woman needs to know that a man can lead before she allows him to lead. A woman just won't follow you just because you're a man. I say this on record all the time. A woman could have wholehearted sex with you, call you daddy and tell you how much she love you, but after the sex is over, say, I ain't letting you leave, fool. Damn. I'm not doing that. You got me twisted. Her logic kicks back in after sex. And she be like, really a loser. Damn. So another thing a woman needs is honesty and trustworthiness. Is he trustworthy? Is he truthful? Do he lie a lot? Do he cap? I'm gonna tell you something. You could build a lot of insecurities in a woman by lying. And I'm gonna be honest. I've been in situations that I've made a woman insecure by lying a lot. But sometimes, I hate to say this, ladies, but someone's gonna justify it. Some men lie because of the fact that they know the woman can't handle the truth. A woman will ask you a question and want the answer that she wants to hear. And anytime you tell her the answer she don't want to hear, it becomes a problem. A lot of women are very insecure. I'm going to be honest. They're very insecure to anything that's remotely against their beliefs. You have to be optimistic of hearing truth also, because if you ask me a question or you ask a man a question, ladies, you got to be comfortable to hear the truth. You can't justify how he's speaking when he's saying how he feel. You asked me, was the food good? I told you no. Maybe I could have went a little better approach. But if you're going to give it to me straight and like this, why can't I give it to you like that too? We got to be able to be honest with each other. So if you cooked and I didn't enjoy the meal, I should be able to be like, nah, it could have been a little bit better. It was a little too salty. I shouldn't hear a response, yeah, mama food was too damn salty. I shouldn't hear that. That's crazy. That's crazy, but that's how the world is now. Anytime someone gives you something called constructive criticism, it becomes a war, right? Women extremely they love men that respect them, right? Especially when she comes from respect. Once a person respects themselves, they only respect people that respect them. So ladies and gentlemen, men don't expect a woman to put away her beliefs when she's not feeling respected, or to respect you when she don't feel respected. Sometimes when you look at a man and a woman, and I'm gonna say this on record, catch this. In the beginning of a relationship, right? Women start behaving the way the man behaves. meaning they adjust to what the man is. This is facts. But over the totality of the relationship, the woman becomes every bit of what you made her feel. Let me say that one more time. In the beginning of a relationship, a woman will adjust to be with the man she loves. But over time, she acts every bit of how you treated her and made her feel. If you was insulting, disrespectful, then you have an insulting, disrespectful type of woman. Everything you see as in society, when you see a man and a woman, right, having a bad problem, in most cases, the woman is a reflection of how the man treated her. I promise you. I promise you. In most cases, again, I say this on record, the woman is a reflection of how the man made her feel. When a woman speaks and she say things and you ignore it, and she feel like she's not being heard, but sometimes women, you gotta understand, y'all talking riddles. Y'all don't talk straight. I could read your mind, babe. A man can't read your mind. A man can't read your mind. You have to talk straight. But I'm telling you the facts. When a woman and a man first start out a relationship, the relationship is a representation of how she's in love. She'll do anything you tell her to do. But over time, you'll start seeing the adjustments of the relationship based on how you made her feel. So if your woman is rude, it's because you made her feel like that. If your woman is disrespectful, it's because you made her feel like that. And that's a fact, right? But a lot of times, people get mad when you tell them the truth because they want the woman to accommodate a bad behavior man. When you get fired from a job, you don't get fired from a job because you were the greatest employee. You got fired because you sucked. In most cases, right? Or you got laid off. So let's just talk straight, right? Women love compassion. Compassion, right? Do you have compassion? You can't be the strong alpha man and expect a woman to be the strong alpha woman. Women are very emotional and feeling based, right? They're emotional and they're very feeling based. So compassion allows you to understand that. Once you can identify, you know what? Man, you should automatically say this. I'm talking to a woman. I'm talking to a woman. And why do I say that? It's because that's where your compassion kicks in. You know her feelings might have entered the room. So if her feelings enter the room, you got to remind yourself, she's emotional. Not by choice, but by nature. It's who a woman is. Some women have learned how to hold on to it better than others, and some haven't. But in most cases, when a woman is emotional, it is what it is, right? It's just what it is. So let's keep going, right? Do you respect her feelings? Do you respect her feelings? We just having a logical conversation. Do you respect her feelings? I think the best way to have a conversation, let's just say you and your woman disagree, right? And I think this is a healthy way to respond to her. Here go in conversation. Oh, the Knicks are better than the 76ers. You said that, right, as a man. The woman goes, no, I think the 76ers is better because of, let's say, Joel Embiid. You'll say this, I understand what you're saying, right? Making her feel like you get her point. I think that's why most arguments start, because people don't want to identify that they even understand the person's point. They don't even understand the person's point. So sometimes you're like, you know what? You don't even hear me because you didn't identify that you even heard what they said. I get what you're saying, but I think the Knicks are better. But you identify to the person that you understand them. That's compassion. When you have conversations, you got to learn how to speak with compassion because everyone has an opinion, everyone has thoughts, everyone has feelings, everyone has beliefs. So with that being said, compassion allows you to understand each other's feelings, beliefs, and understanding of life. But the best way to cohabitate or intermingle two different mentalities or two different people or two different sects, right, is by trying to be compassionate about each other's feelings and understanding that we may not think alike, but the goal is the same goal. We're on the same team. That's one way we should identify. Are we on the same team? Are we playing for the same goal? Right? This is what we're talking, right? Let's keep going. Now let's go to men. What men like in women? What do men like in women? Oh, this is going to be a good one. Right now, while we're on my live right now, I'm going to ask, A big one right now, and I'm going to say this. Men love women who are loyal. A man will never treat a woman like a queen if he believes that she plays for the village or she giving attention to the village. A man loves something that he knows is exclusive. If a man feels like anybody can get you, he will not appreciate you. So sometimes you be like, but she got a man. Okay, she does have a man. And she may be promiscuous, right? But watch this, Kenzie. Every time they argue, he reminds her that she's a hoe. Be the fly on the wall in their home, and then you'll see how they talk to each other. So that woman that's promiscuous, she may have a man, but guess what? He always violates her anytime he gets mad. You a hoe. You a thot. You a smut. You all of these words, right? And that's how he's going to talk to her because he's not going to respect her. So sometimes when you see your little promiscuous friend who has a man, be the fly on the wall in their home and see how he talks to her when he gets mad. He constantly reminds her how nasty she is. Not by opinion, by facts, right? What would make a man feel like that, right? What would make a man feel like what? Someone just asked a question, right? Another one men care about is loyalty. Would you agree with that, guys? Loyalty. Loyalty is a major factor on what men need from a woman. We need respect is another one. But what I'm going to say about loyalty for a second, when a woman is loyal, right? And I'm going to keep it 100 with you. And ladies, I'm going to give you a gem of all gems. Whether you like this or not, I'm going to give you a gem. In most cases, if a man and a woman breaks up, or a man and a woman having problems, right? Watch this, and she cheats on him, she didn't hurt him as much as if she would have left him classy. If a woman left him classy and just say, you know what? I'm over it. I'm done. That man will hurt forever. I promise you, he will hurt forever. But if a man catches a woman cheating, he will hurt in the beginning, but he will get over it because he'll realize that she was a hoe. But I'm telling you, if a woman leaves a man classy and don't run to another relationship, that will crush him for years and years and years. He will always think about that woman. I promise you. But if you run to another man, you just proved the point that you ain't even exclusive. And that's the truth. That's what we talk when we say men need loyalty. That's what we need, right? Right? I'm going to call it what it is, respect. If you get into a debate with your man and you have no censor and you belittle your man amongst men, ladies, just know you're on your way out the door. I'm going to just be honest with you. He's only going to tolerate that for so long. Everyone knows that. If a man is dating you and you insult him in front of his peers or people that make him feel uncomfortable as men, you're on your way out the door. I promise you. You're not going to last long. Or he's already looking for your replacement. I'm going to be honest with you. Right? Why would a man feel that a woman ain't loyal to him? Because she moves sneaky. She hides her phone. There's a lot of different things that why a man could feel why she's not loyal. She might move like she's not loyal, right? Sneaky things are very relevant to how a lot of people move these days, right? Every man ain't your friend, sister. Because believe you me, ladies, and I'm going to say this on record, more men that you call friends want to sleep with you than not. Oh, that's just my best friend. Yeah, that's a best friend that you never gave the time of day. But if he had the time of day, he would jump in your drawers. Damn. So we're going to call it what it is. So sometimes when ladies be like, that's my friend. Yeah, he's your friend because he knows he don't have that opportunity to get you. But if he did get the opportunity, that man would have been in your drawers a long time ago. Right? Right? It's sad you have to explain it. I agree. Why do men feel they can say anything to a woman or when a woman responds? See, let me go on to record with that, Scott. Boys and girls argue a lot. Since the beginning of time, boys and girls argue a lot. When you get to a certain age, you learn how to control your emotions. I'm at a point right now in my life where if something ain't working, I'm just going with it. I'm cool. Because I'm not going to stress myself out anymore. It's not worth it. If I can't trust you, I don't need to be with you. I'm not searching your phone. I'm not worried about what you got going on. Eventually, what's done in the dark, we're always showing the light. Because a lot of times where there's smoke, there's a goddamn fire. Where there's smoke, there's always a goddamn fire. So if you assuming or you thinking that there's something wrong, is because you know that there is something wrong. Sometimes it's about telling yourself the truth rather than the lie, right? So sometimes when some men talk like that to women, it's because they don't respect themselves, right? So why does a man give you the code to his phone, then complain when she looks in it? I think that was like a reverse psychology strategy. He felt like if he gave it to you, you wouldn't look. I think that every relationship should have some form of privacy. If I have a friend who calls me or he texts me something private, I wouldn't want my woman to know. I think it's weird for me to want to know everything about my woman's best friends and her friends. If she volunteers to say it, that's entirely up to her. But for me, I'm not volunteering my best friend's information to my woman. I'm not doing that. Unless he did something that got me upset for the day, I might be like, "Yo, my man did something I don't like," just to vent to somebody. But as far as me telling his personal business, that's none of her business. Because regardless of whatever, he's not her friend. Regardless of whatever, my girlfriends aren't my friend. They're friends because of the fact that they're with my girl. My friend is her friend because of the fact that she's my girl. Let's identify that for one, right? My phone is always open. That's a good thing, Nikki, right? That's a good thing. But let's get back into this. What do men like in women? Men love men that can cook and clean. I'm gonna put that in the same context because they like 1A, 1B. They like right next to each other, right? Men love women that can cook and can clean. Men love women that can cook and can clean. I have some women who are rebel. Like at the end of the day, roles are old school. There is no roles. A man can do what a woman can do, and a woman can do what a man can do. You sound crazy as hell. You sound crazy. That sounds like a feminist, right? This whole feminist masculine movement is the reason why society is so messed up. Women are good at certain things, men are good at certain things, right? Men are good at certain things, women are good at certain things. But it's the battle of the sexes. Anything you can do, I can do better. Ladies, if you're dating a man and he cooks better than you, I think he's doing a relationship a disservice by not cooking. Ladies, if you can cook better than your man and you're not trying to cook, I think you're doing a relationship a disservice by not cooking. If you're better at it, then do it. If it's a man or if it's a woman, it is what it is. Men, if your woman is more busy, she has less free time than you, right? Even if you're the breadwinner, you might have more free time. It's okay. Clean up. It feels good when you come home to the reason why you want to come home to a clean house, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I want y'all to hear this on record. The reason why you want to come home to a clean house is because when you come home, you're getting all that energy on you already, right? When you come home, you want to detox all of that energy. You want to walk into a clean space. A clean space ultimately changes your mood. When you're in a bad space, right, all day, let's just say you work in sanitation. You've been in garbage all day. That's all energy and transferring of energy all day. You're touching things that other people done touched all day. Now you walk into a space, right, which is your sanctuary. Right? You're walking into your sanctuary. That space should be clean because of the fact that you're trying to get rid of the energy. Bad energy. But if we make this a woman or a man thing, then we already failed each other. Because it's not a man or a woman's duty to clean. It's whoever has the time. If a man, but I will admit, in most cases, women do clean better than men. Real women. Would you agree? Would y'all agree? In most cases, I'm going to be honest, women do clean better than men. But why do you complain about something that you know you're good at? If a woman washes clothes better than you, if you're just trying to do something to be spiteful or prove a point, then you shouldn't be in a relationship. It is immature that someone will date someone and say, hey, you're supposed to wash the dishes because of the fact of. This is a competition or is it teamwork? That's what we have to identify off the rip. Are we a team? Are we in competition? If we're in competition, I can see why what you do, then we keep it legends of who done what. If you see your woman's bill, right? And that bill is not making you think, how can we pay that bill? Then y'all should never be married. Never get married. Because the moment you get married, meaning all her bills become your bills and all your bills become her bills. All your children become her children, all her children become your children. If you're not thinking like that, right, then you should not even be entertaining a relationship. Because a healthy relationships look like two people realizing that whatever you've done and whatever I've done, it's a unit, it's a collective, it's one. It's not about her money, his money. When you have a situation like that, you're already going into an unhealthy situation already. Who makes more money? That's more money for the family. Any healthy relationships thinks like that. It's more money for the family. You want to hear something funny? Anytime I hear someone say this, Kenzie, they always say, my mother and father, or my grandfather and grandmother had a healthy marriage. But if you look at those scenarios, they never valued money to the magnitude of what we've done in this generation. They never kept track records of my grandmother cook or clean. Grandma just did what she was supposed to do. Husband did what he's supposed to do. And it worked because it was two people knowing their roles and trying to be the best at their roles. Nowadays, you have a person who is better at doing something, complain about doing it because clearly they don't want to do it. And if you don't want to do something in a relationship, I hate to say this for men and I hate to say this for women, somebody will do what you're not willing to do. There's somebody wishing they had your role right now. That stove that you don't want to clean, there's another woman that wants to clean it. That bill you don't want to pay for that woman, there's another man that wants to pay it. Right? But when you don't think like that, then you're already a fool. Whether it's better value than you or less value, because you can have a man that makes $100,000 a year, and guess what? He ain't willing to give you a goddamn dollar. You can have a woman who makes $100,000 a year, and she's selfish as hell. So you're bragging about the woman money that your woman make, but at the end of the day, she don't bring nothing to the table. And realistically, the bill's supposed to be split and helped amongst both. But a lot of times you have some very selfish people trying to get in relationships. So you're dating a child. You got right now, let's just say you got a mortgage. Let's say the mortgage is $4,000. Let's just talk logical. $4,000. Both of y'all work, both of y'all got responsibilities, both of y'all got things. At my age, in most cases, most people have children, right? Whether with you or without you. So if you're dating someone who has children outside of you, they have more responsibilities. So think about it. Let's just call it what it is. Let's say, okay, you meet a woman. Guys, she has no children. You have 3 children. Before she understands dating you, she has to acknowledge that you have 3 responsibilities that come before her. 3. Men, if you meet a woman and she has kids or a child, that child has to always financially come before you. So if you're dating someone and you know that they have children and you're crying about economics, then you got into the wrong relationship. Because the reality of all things is the children should always come before you. My child support is my first bill before any bill. I'm not on child support, but one of my children don't live with me. And that is my first responsibility. Because the last time I checked, she didn't ask to be here. I chose to make her. So that's my first bill every single month. I make sure I pay that bill first. So if a woman is dating a guy and she's trying to make him spend resources that he could be spending on his children before her, then he is every bit in the wrong relationship. You know how unhealthy it is when you hear grown-ups arguing about economics, when you realize that 2 people supposed to be working together and you have to identify each other's situations. You got to identify it. She has responsibilities before me. I have responsibilities for her. You date a woman right now who knows that, let's say it's your girl right now. Watch this narrative. You meet a girl. It's her and her mother. You know her mother, all she has is her. And you don't believe that you should be helping that mother also, then it's a goddamn shame that you think like that. If you meet a man and he has to take care of his mother and you're not trying to step in and help relinquish some of that burden off of him, then you're a goddamn fool too. You got to identify the relationships that we in. There are too many people complaining about things that they shouldn't be complaining about. When you take a situation, you have to identify it off the rip what it is. Okay, it's my girl. She has a mother she has to worry about. She has a sibling she has to worry about. So if I buy a house, already that's 2 bedrooms extra right there. And if we have a child, that's another bedroom. You got to think like that. You can't take a woman who has a kid and be like, you know what? I'm gonna get us a 1-bedroom apartment. She got a kid. Where the kid gonna sleep at? With y'all in the bed? He 13. He needs his own privacy. Damn. But when you have these conversations, the problem with our culture is we argue about things that don't make sense. 1 + 1 = 2. Sometimes you have to get out your feelings and get into your logic. You can't get mad at the fact that your girl got to help her mother. She said that since y'all started dating, but you was too mesmerized by the vajayjay, you couldn't hear the words. He told you in the beginning that he has 2 kids outside the relationship in the beginning, but you was too penismatized. Y'all said the word penismatized. Damn. He hit you with that thing and you went crazy. She put that thing on you and you went crazy. You didn't know everything she done said because of the fact that you so caught up in the wrong things. We just gonna call the narrative what it is. Logic is logic. 1 + 1 will always equal 2. But we can't get mad at the truth, right? We gotta identify what's the issues, right? I know a guy right now, he started dating a woman. She has an autistic son, right? Anyone that knows the spectrum of autism, it comes in levels. Her son is an extreme case, meaning very extreme. He's not high functioning, meaning he's always gonna need assistance for the rest of his life. This man starts dating her and starts getting mad because of the fact that she has to be there for her autistic son. He comes to me, Q, this is crazy. She always trying to put her son before me. I looked at him and said, I want to slap you because you sound crazy as hell. You knew that you got into a relationship with a woman who has an autistic son who is low functioning, meaning he's going to always need help. He's going to always be codependent. And you can't have no sympathy or no empathy for her? That's a goddamn shame. We talking about logic. We talking about logic. The best relationship is the person that can step out themselves and look at the other person's situation. The sad part is I can see your face better than you can see my face, right? I mean, I can see your face better than you can see your own face. But yet and still, I can't see your situation more than you can't see your own situation. I should be able to look at my mates and see where they're weak at and ultimately be the reason into why they're strong at it. You bad with money. So guess what? I'm going to start holding the money and being responsible. Right? You don't like responsibilities. So I'm going to step up my responsibilities. You have to identify what is healthy for the relationship, ultimately making it a better relationship because you are able to identify what is the problem. You don't go to a doctor and tell them what's wrong with you. You go to a doctor so they can identify what is wrong with you. So if you can identify yourself, right, what's wrong, why you can't fix it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not always good rather to run to the next situation. Sometimes we gotta see what's going on in our own homes. And stop watching the windows of social media of other people's homes because a lot of that stuff is cat. So I ask this question again. Who is more visual? Men or women? Are men more visual or women more visual? Because when you look at men, right, we love women that are good in bed. Let's call it what it is, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. The worst sex you can have is a lazy lay. It's a lazy lay. It's lazy. No one wants that. Because, ladies, I'm going to go on record and say this. Whether you want to hear it or not, I don't give a damn. Because I'm going to always tell my truth. Guys, finish this with me. A man wants a lady in the streets, but a freak in the bed. I didn't create that. I came onto earth and I was ready to stand it. Damn. A man wants a lady in the streets, but a freak in the bed. That's naturally. And that's natural stuff. So we identify what a woman naturally wants. We accommodate that. We have to understand that. Man, you cannot complain about the fact that the woman needs economics to feel secure, right? We can't complain about that, right? The reality of all things is when you have these issues, we're going to keep fighting logic based on our feelings and our opinion, right? But again, cooking. right? But this is the logic that we must understand. Men love women that are good in bed. Guys on my live right now, raise your hand if you love a woman that's good in bed. Guys on my live right now, let me see, somebody go raise their hand. For my guys on live right now, who likes women that are good in bed? Raise your hand. My guys on right now, raise your hand if you like lazy lays. A lazy sex partner. Right before sex, don't tell that man your knees hurt, your back hurt. That is such a turnoff. Do you? Right? No one, look, hell no. Nope. Nope. You don't know that. Right? We don't know that. Right? A man has to, I'm going to be honest with you. This word right here is the word that sends, this word right here tends to offend every woman when you tell you bring up this word. Right? But I'm going to say this word. Somebody going to feel the way today. Men love women that are submissive. Somebody type right now. I know I ain't submitting to nobody. I don't give a damn. He ain't gonna, you know something funny? And I want y'all to hear this. This is how crazy some of the women be sounding on social media. Watch this. A woman will say a man has to spend money when he first meet her, right? He has to do all of these things financially for her, right? But he has to earn her respect and earn for her to submit to him. Ladies, what the hell? What man gonna sign up for that? I have to earn your respect and I have to earn the willingness to allow you to submit to me. I have to earn that. But you don't have to earn my resources. Damn. That's a bad trade, baby. That's a bad trade, ladies. Ladies, I'm telling you something. Men aren't dumb no more, man. They not going for that. And that's why I say, with that mentality, so many people is gonna die single because men aren't subscribing to that mentality. And you say whatever you want. Listen, it is what it is. I don't blame a man for not subscribing to the fact that I gotta give you my resources, but I have to earn your respect. Get the hell out of here. Ain't nobody doing that. I'm sorry. That sounds crazy. No one's doing that anymore. Those days are long gone. And if you wanna go date the man that was in your grandmother's generation, then I think you should behave like the woman that was in your grandmother's generation. Let me say this again. Ladies, if you want the man that behave like your grandmother's generation, then I think you should behave like the woman that was in your grandmother's generation. Men, if you want the woman who was like your grandmother, I think you should behave like your grandfather. So when you start saying certain things, you sound foolish as hell. You cannot be a modern woman talking about you want I want a traditional man. You cannot be a modern man talking about you want a traditional woman. That don't even make no sense. Listen, go put on your retro clothes if you want to behave like the back in the days. Those days are long gone. Those days are long gone. Ladies, it's getting money. Women are paying bills. Women are contributing. Women deserve every bit of the respect. Let me get to smart women right now. You deserve the respect, ladies. I applaud you for what you have done. But I'm going to say this after I give you this applause. I applaud my ladies. I applaud you. But money don't give you no goddamn penis. God damn. I'm going to say this again. I applaud my women for getting your degrees. I applaud you for educating yourself. I applaud you for being single mothers, raising children by yourself. I applaud you for being strong. I applaud you for building your lives. I applaud you for doing so many substantial things. I applaud you for being CEOs, Fortune 500 owners, all of these things. I applaud my ladies. But money don't give you no damn penis. Damn. We're going to call it what it is, right? Money can buy one, though, see? Go buy it. It is what it is. But money can also buy a fake vagina, too. Money can buy a fake vagina, too. We can go back and forth with these comments. And last time I checked, sex is on women on sale all day. All you gotta do is open your Instagram and your social media. They're on sale. DM, once they got a Cash App in their bio, I'm sorry to call it what it is. OnlyFans, it's lit. It's that easy to get sex. But men, get all the sex in the world you want. But it's not easy to find that woman that loves you, spoils you, and want to spend the rest of their life with you, and willing to forgive you even when you make poor decisions. It's not easy to find that type of love, right? It is not that easy to find that type of love. Ladies, it is not back in the days where men are trying to court women anymore, right? Those days are long gone. We're in a different time, right? These men don't behave like your grandparents because you women don't behave like your grandparents. Too many men have been hurt. Too many men have been played. You want to hear something funny? If I took your grandfather's generation and I took your generation and I say right now, in your grandfather's generation, if we had 10 men, and this is my opinion, I said, at all 10 of your men, raise your hand if you've been cheated on. I bet you get 8 men raise their hand if they never got cheated on, right, before. 2 of them probably raised their hand. In my generation, if you ask the average man how many of y'all have been cheated on out of 10 men, I think 9 out of 10 gonna raise their hand. Because the women nowadays aren't like our grandparents. I hate to say this. Society and social media has helped or created a narrative that a man can sleep around and a woman can sleep around also, and she's gonna still get the same level of respect. But in reality, she's not. Because I'm gonna tell you something, ladies, and I'm gonna be honest, somebody could get mad, I don't give a damn. Your value on the dating market is only how much someone is willing to pay for it. Your value on the dating market is only how much someone is willing to pay for it. In most cases, I'm gonna say this truthful, most women think that the man that is waiting for them, he don't want them. Because when they describe what they want, I know tons of men, and I'm like, they're never attracted to people like you. They're not attracted to the argumentative. They're not attracted to the woman that adds no value to them. They're not attracted to the woman that's been abused and abused. They're not attracted to the woman that got multiple baby daddies. They're not attracted to that stuff. But when you say this, you become the enemy. Am I the enemy? Or is it the truth of your decisions that you're mad at? Men, the women that are high value that we want, who are loyal, respectful, they're not going for you to hurt their feelings anymore. They're not going to be mistreated anymore. They're not going to be pushed around and thrown under the rug and put as second. You got good women trying to make them side chicks. You got good women and you're trying to make them side chicks. This is the world we live in. And the sad part is you can't afford the first chick you with. Damn. You can't even afford the first one. I'm so lost. The way we think right now is so weird. A key that can open many locks is called a master key, right? But a lock that can be opened by many keys is a shitty lock. Let me say that one more time, ladies. Listen to this good, ladies. Somebody gonna get mad. A key that can open a lock is called a master key. But a key that can open many locks is called a shitty lock. It's just what it is. But if you say this narrative, someone gets mad. Meaning, if a man, a special man can come and unlock you, we can understand why. But if many men can unlock you, then you're not that special. Don't kill a messenger. Don't kill a messenger. Don't kill a messenger. I just tell the truth, right? And this is what we do. On this podcast, we tell the truth. Sometimes we offend, but in order to fix, you have to hear truth, right? It's just what it is. Men tend to look what's on a woman. Men tend to look what's on a woman, or how a woman carries herself, how she presents herself. Women think different from men, right? And this is our issue. Once we can identify that we don't think the same, now we're able to create a better narrative, right? So when I ask the question, who's more visual, men or women? We got to identify the issue. Men are visual when it comes to looking at how a woman looks. That is by nature. God made us like this. Men are very, very visual creatures, right? Very visual. But then we also say women are less visual, but that's not true. Women are visual in the sense of caring about what society sees when they see them. Let me say that again. A lot of times when you say men are more visual when they see a woman based on attraction. But women are also visual because they care about how society view them and see them. So both of us are very visual creatures. But it pertains to us different when you look at the whole totality of the lens. Men are very visual when it comes to looking at a person. Damn, she's sexy. She could be a whole airhead. But the first thing you're going to get is a look because of the fact that she's attractive. A man could be standing behind a wall, speaks, and a woman could automatically be attracted to him just because of the way he speaks. A man could hear a woman speak, think maybe she could be attractive, but I'm not thinking she's sexy until I see her. The first question a woman will ask in most cases when going into the dating world, here go your friend. Hey girl, I got a guy for you to talk to. The first thing a woman's gonna ask in most cases is, what do he do for a living? In most cases, when a man is being put on by his man about a woman, the first thing he asks is what? How does she look? We just think different, ladies and gentlemen. Let me say that one more time. When a woman is putting her friend on to a man, in most cases, the first question is, what does he do for a living? In most cases, when a man is being put on by a man or to a girl by one of his boys, the first thing he asks is, what does she look like? We think different. And it's nothing wrong with the way we think. We just have to learn how to understand each other better. We're both visual creatures. But again, we have different needs, and if the needs aren't met, a man won't feel like a man, and if the needs aren't met, a woman won't feel like a woman. In order to feel like what our natural being is, right, what God created, we have to naturally understand each other. But if you don't understand each other, we're going to keep procreating these poor mentalities of dating. A man is not put on earth to be a woman's paycheck. A woman is not put on earth to be a man's sex tool. Let me say that again. A man is not put on earth to be a woman's paycheck. And a woman is not put on earth to be a man's sex tool. Anytime you only see a woman as a sex, you're already sick. And if you only see a man as a paycheck, you're sick. You're sick. And this is the problem we keep having. Man, a woman don't owe you sex because you took her out to eat. I mean, you got a cheap woman, fam. Damn. If you expecting a woman to have sex with you because you took her out to eat, that's sad as hell. I wouldn't want a man like you to meet my daughter. I wouldn't want you to meet my daughter. I'm going to say a story before we get out of here today. I got a homeboy, right? He came to me the other day. He said, yo, Q, I got this woman. We like each other. We went out on a few dates. I said, how many dates? He said, about 7 dates. I said, okay, so how the dates been going? He said, they've been going good. So I said, he said, but I'm questioning every time we go out, she want me to spend. So I said, she's never offered to put a tip up or anything? He says, no. I said, damn, that's kind of bad. I said, I think, you should see if she's willing to pay too. He said, how could I do that? I said, what I suggest you do is this. I suggest you say to her, I don't have money this weekend, but I'll still go out with you if you're willing to treat. Say that to her. See if it makes it ruffle her feathers. So he said, you know what, I'm going to try that. I said, what you do is this. Since she likes to go out to eat all the time, say to her, I don't got it this weekend, but I'll still go out if you want to go. If you treat it. That weekend, she called his phone. She said, hey, let's go out to eat. He hit her with what I told her. My money tight this week, but if you want to go out and treat, I can come. Mine, he done took out 7, 8 times now. Soon as he said that, guess what she said? I'm good. We'll see how we do it next week. So automatically, she said no, right? Because of the fact that he wasn't treating. Now, let me say this. In most cases, women always want to go out because they know you're paying. The person that always wants to be outside is the person that never want to pay. Ain't that right? Ain't that right? The person that always want to go out is the person that never want to pay. Damn. And then they make you feel bad about not spending your money and saying, you don't take us nowhere. Well, you are a grown woman, and if you want to go out, you make money and you can treat. Hey, let's go out. You're the one that wanted to go out. Let me go on record and say this, ladies. If you want to go out, you should be the person paying. Right? Would you guys agree? Raise your hand if you agree with that statement. I'm just being fair. The person that always wants to go out is the person that never wants to pay. So be mindful. Some of the men that you call them broke, they're not broke. They're not put on earth to be or fund your crazy lifestyle that you want to live. Right? There are a lot of women out here who are not hoes, right? They may have slept around because in order to know what a man is looking for, in order for a woman to know what a man is looking for, she has to sleep with him. Because every man is on their best behavior until they get sex. So sometimes, let me say that one more time. Every woman you see right now is not a hoe. Some women have bodies, quote unquote, because of the fact that a woman has to sleep with a man to know what he's coming there for. Because every man is on their best behavior before they have sex. Let's call it what it is. So I'm not going to call every single woman a hoe because she has partners. But again, if she says to you, every person she slept with, she was in a relationship with, meaning she was looking for something more, but these guys played games. Now you're going to call her a hoe, which is totally unfair. All these guys put their best foot forward, played with her, manipulated her, and got what they wanted, right? Ladies, let me say this one more time. A man is not put on earth to be a woman's paycheck. And a woman is not put on earth to be a man's garden tool. We're both visual creatures. We have to learn how to understand each other, to have a healthy situation. In most cases, relationships today suck because most of us suck. Until next time, don't let that go over your head.